If you're planning a move to Hermanus, you need to know which suburb to live in, and I'm here to help. I'm Howard Shenker, Agent 7200, and today we are in Voëlklip, probably Hermanus's favorite suburb. And it's not hard to see why. Wedged between the mountains and the sea, it is jam-packed with beautiful properties. There's very, very little vacant land still available, and a whole mixture of different kinds of houses, from ultra-modern, newly renovated or newly built homes to the few and far little old fishing cottages and holiday homes that are still here today. If you can find one of those, grab them. Right, let's take a look at the map of Voëlklip. So Voëlklip starts here in the west and backs up by the mountains over here and ends up here on the way out of Hermanus on the way to Stanford. And as I said, backed by the mountains, fronted by the seaside, and with these wonderful beaches from Property Beach, Fernkloof Beach, and Grotto Beach. And let me just show you the size of Grotto Beach. It just goes on for miles and miles and miles. Absolutely stunning. And yeah, intersected by the R43, the main road that comes through Hermanus. So that is Voëlklip. The upper avenues here onto the mountains, and the lower ones here facing the ocean. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right, so we're heading eastwards and just past Fernkloof on the left and crossing over the roundabout, and we head into Voëlklip. There on the right is Lizette's restaurant. We'll chat about them and again in a little while, but we're in Fernkloof now, and as we saw on the map, the main road dissects Voëlklip, excuse me, and you have the properties up on the left-hand side with the mountain, and then on the right-hand side down towards the sea. There's a little okay mini-mart just over here on the left, but otherwise not too much in terms of shopping in Voëlklip, because everything is just a few minutes away in town, so quite conveniently situated there. So I think we should take a left, head up to some of the streets mountainside, and then we'll come back and check out the beaches and of course the fantastic beaches of Voëlklip. Keep saying Fernkloof. Right, so once again, Voëlklip, oh my god, there's a sun issue here. Voëlklip does have a little bit of a baboon issue sometimes, especially up on these upper streets near the mountains. So just be aware and wary of those. They do love to come into your house and eat your food and scavenge for what they can. But yeah, it doesn't put people off with Voëlklip, that's for sure. Sorry, the sun's a bit hectic here, but right up at the top here you have direct access into Fernkloof Nature Reserve, and it's beautiful hiking trails and famous. And heading back down towards the main road, and those sea views from these wonderful houses up in the mountain. Left here. So there certainly are some lovely homes here, but nothing quite as stately and spectacular as those in Fernkloof. But as you will see, and as we've seen before, as you go down towards the seaside, they become quite a lot more spectacular. Okay, so despite being up in the mountains, you still have these glorious sea views from up here, and beautiful views over Hermanus itself. Quite special. Let's take a left over here. Oh no, that's a cul-de-sac as well. Okay, so we're quite early on in Voëlklip. Let's just go back down to the main road and we'll take a left a little bit further up. Okay, we are heading back towards town on the main road. Just taking a look at those properties up on the mountainside, and let's go and check out the fabulous beaches of Voëlklip. Right, here we are, and turning down towards Voëlklip Beach itself, and just look at some of these beautiful properties up on the left and right here. Check it out, stunning views of the ocean. So one of the other really lovely restaurants in Fernkloof is just here on the corner, Upside Down Cafe, and they probably make one of the best pizzas in Hermanus. Don't look very open at the moment, but I'm sure they'll open the doors later, unless they're just having a bit of a winter break. So this hotel here on the left hand side was the first place that I ever stayed in when I came to visit Hermanus for the first time. So probably quite a good reason why somebody would want to come back. Okay, just pulling up here, I'll get out the car and we'll take a look at Voëlklip Beach. But the little beach on the right there is Kamabai, and then Voëlklip Beach is over there. It's a lovely enclosed little beach. Often get some surfers out there, and when the tide comes in, there's not too much beach to be had, but there are some nice grass banks to sit on. And typical of Hermanus, the water temperature is pretty chilly, but yeah, really refreshing in the summer. Okay, and now we're heading down towards Grotto Beach. Definitely the biggest beach in Hermanus, blue flag status, I think, as is. Oh, look at that Lynette Ranger sculpture over there. Lovely. So Grotto Beach, blue flag, and I think Voëlklip is as well. Beautiful, clean beaches in Hermanus. Now in December, this would be absolutely jam-packed full of cars. Now, just in front of us here is Dutchie's restaurant, an absolute institution in Hermanus, where you can grab yourself a coffee, a drink, a sandwich, or even dinner on a lovely evening. And let's just find somewhere to pull in over here and go and have a look at Grotto Beach. The absolutely gorgeous Grotto Beach, and you can't really see it from here, but it stretches for miles up towards the nature reserves up the top, and you can walk along the beach for kilometers and kilometers. Okay, so we're just leaving the parking lot of Grotto Beach, and just up on the left hand side here is Pizza Boss. It's part of the Hermanus Cliff Path and the Fernkloof Nature Reserve, and fantastic hiking trails and pathways through what is predominantly sort of milkwood forests and just loads of wild bush on the beach. So a must do if you're down the side of town as well. The one-way system here at Grotto is quite a long way around, so you got to drive all the way through. Not much of a sea view from here, but just at the end of this road there's a really nice little braai and picnic area, I guess, and you can pull in, have a braai on the beach, and there's coming up ahead over here, and views out across the ocean over there. So here from the picnic area, That's Grotto, and lots of sand with the lagoon there just on the left, and then it's broken out through into the ocean, and the beach just carries on past those dunes all the way up around. There's not too much confusion here in Voëlklip. It's very much on a grid system, streets and avenues, and they're all very up and down, so you can't really get lost like I do in Vermont. But it's all quite civilized here, so quite handy in that respect. There's another dining home coming up over here. Just look at that and the views from those windows. The other little beach that you have in Fernkloof is Langby. Should we go and have a look at that? Let's do that. Head down over here to Langby Beach. Right, so it's not a very large beach, but it's got some very large homes overlooking it. You just imagine how stunning that home is over there. And the views from Langby Beach. Nice little rocky outcrops over here, coves and things to play in. Quite special. Views out over Hermanus over there. And then panning around, just check out the mountains in the back. Oh, we do live in a beautiful town. We just left Langby Beach and heading back towards the main, well, one of the main traffic circles. And here we spotted Lizette's restaurant as we came in. And I have to say that it's not the hippest joint in town, but the food is really rather good. I do like Asian food, and there's a particular street food dish that I thoroughly enjoy. But yeah, that's Lizette's restaurant, and they're always up for some good breakfasts, lunches and dinners. So that's pretty much it from me in Voëlklip. I'm heading out back towards my home suburb of Westcliff, and I do solidly rate Voëlklip as a place to look and a place to live and a place to buy. Can't give it a 10 out of 10, but yeah, good 9.5. If you have any questions about Voëlklip, or indeed any other suburb in Hermanus, feel free to reach out. I'm Shenker, Agent 7200, here in Voëlklip, Hermanus. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe and the like, and I'll see you in the next video.